Hey, what's going on, family? This is JD, the mobile trader, coming to you on Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. All right, we're in the market, and I want to talk to you about what's going on. I'm watching what we call the small caps sector, the Russell 2000. The ticker for the ETF version is the IWM. It mimics exactly what the Russell 2000 does. That's the 2000 small caps that are in the major indice or index, and this is the ticker for the official indice. And if you look, I said indice again, but anyway, if you look, we're looking at this sell-off, this red line on the far right corner, bottom right. Let me get this right. Bottom right, and right there. Where this is a 5-minute chart for every particular candle or column. That's it represents a 5-minute window in time in the market. And the red are sell-offs. There's that selling pressure. And if I pull back just a little bit, we're going to see that it ran up to 2064 and 70 cents, and it's selling off. This is indicative of what's going on overseas in the Ukraine with the Russian situation. There's fear in the market. Another vehicle that I use to kind of gauge fear in the market is the VIX. Let's see if I can pull up the VIX. VIX, and it is just when there's fear in the market, the VIX will go above 24, 23, and it's at 34 right now. So the idea, let's go to the daily chart. And I might be talking over your heads in certain regard to this situation, but I'm just trying to throw a few things at you to let you know that there's certain, I guess, measuring tools or items that we watch to kind of gauge the fear, because fear runs these markets, the mob mentality. So if the far right, we look at the screen, the far right, there's a green candle, and that's the daily candle. I switched it from the 5 minutes. So that for today, the VIX, it opened at 29.45. The high was 35. Right now it's trading at 34.82. So when I say there's fear in the market, it's telling us what's going on basically with worldwide news. We have the concern is that it's going to escalate in Russia. The concern is that there's going to be sanctions against, I guess, the banking system. We put sanctions on the Russian banks. Some of their trade situations are causing issues. So it's already the supply chain that's an issue. Uh, the Russian ruble sold off. So this is going to lead me into crypto, what we were looking at with Bitcoin. If we look how Bitcoin has, I guess, responded to this the last couple of days, Bitcoin has gapped up. Look at the far right. We see the green candles on the far right. So we'll look at, what day was that? That was the 24th of February. We'll go with the 25th, and then I'm sure we have the 28th was Monday. A big bullish candle. I mean, just a highly, it was up $4,000, give or take. And when we think about this, guys, we can't just go short-term mindset. We have to go back to time horizon. So if we're in crypto, if you get into crypto, if you get into the stock market, establish a time horizon, because there's going to be ebbs and flows. Right now, the catalyst of this move is the fear and uncertainty that that the broader markets are going to hold up during this turmoil. And there's a lot of individuals who are traveling overseas that they weren't able to get their money out of the Ukraine or Ukrainian banks because they've been seized. I mean, that's just how it is. So crypto has seen a spike. I'm not sure if they're traveling with Bitcoin, Tether, Ethereum, Cardano, or whatever. But the other side of this is there's also fear that the Russian banks or individuals in Russia, they're going to use the crypto markets to move funds. So we're going to keep an eye on that. So expect some turbulence on that side, on both ends of it. So don't try to short term trade this unless you have a trading strategy. Now, the last one I want to touch on is that we're going to go. I'm going back to the IWM, which is the small cap ETF. It mirrors the Russell. I'm looking for this sell off, and I'm looking for a push down below 190. We're at 198 right now. Um, I'll show you. I'm in Robinhood. I made a trade in just a couple of trades in Robinhood, and one of my okay total return 128, 32%. Don't look at the dollar return. We look at return on investment, gauge it in percentages, because if it's a small account, if my average cost, I put $399 into this trade, and if I cashed out right now, I'd get my $399 back plus the 127, 31% return on investment. So that's over a couple of days period. But I mean, there's a strategy behind that. But my play was to read the market, read the charts, but also it was a news catalyst that kind of drove this trade for me. Let's get back to this and I'll close it out. And I'm going to go to the daily chart. That's what we're on. But let me go back to the 5-minute chart, guys. So as we head into the close of business today, it's a wall. Well, you climb a wall of worry when you're going up. We're running up. But there's a wall of worry right now. Money is leaving the market. Liquidity is leaving the market. People are selling off. Hence the long red marker or red candles that are popping up on these screens. Let's go the last 20 days, 30-minute chart. It's just, you had a spike on the left, heavy sell-off on the right, which that date was around the time of 24th, give or take, of February. So last week, we were down to 187. I'm expecting a gap fill, guys, and that's something a little bit more advanced, but there's an area right here on the chart. You see this cohesion where the candles almost connect. They'll overlap each other a touch. If there's a gap to where it just, as small as it is, look at this green, it goes red, green, and then there's like a gap area. And then that candle, a lot of times price comes back and resets that equilibrium. And when I say that, it'll run up like it's doing over there. And this isn't a guarantee, but this is the probability goes higher that it comes back to fill this gap. Runs up, we keep going, we have a sell-off. And I think, let's see if the fill has occurred. Hadn't gotten down to this. If it gets down to 197, that is the handle that I'm looking for, that 197 mark. I'll probably sell my option and pull in profits. But something could happen tonight. Study the union address and come to find out there's peace talks, and money will come back into the market. Fear will subside for the moment, and I'll have to cash out the next day. But I'm riding this out for a little bit, guys. So I just want to talk to you all about that. I hope all is well, and stay safe. Prayers to the families affected in this unfortunate war, and prayers to the African students, Chinese students, and other students who have been turned away at the border of Poland, not allowed to leave Ukraine. But so there's a lot of human rights situations going on that hopefully we get sorted out. So you guys be safe and take care.